Refugio mata.
Thank you. First of all, can I say that Roxy, you remind me of Alejandra Guzman. You do, yeah. Especially with her. So, anyways, thank you everyone. Again, my name is Refugee Mata. Friends call me Raj. I work with Heal the Bay, a nonprofit organization based in West LA, and I basically do their South Los Angeles outreach, or rather community organizing in Watts and Compton primarily. So I work a lot with African American communities and Latino communities. So my focus is basically bring the two communities together because there's a lot of black-brown, conflict. So, primeramente gracias por que me han dado este premio. Originariamente yo soy de México, soy del estado de Guanajuato, nací en la ciudad de San Miguel de Allende. No sé si ustedes la conocerán. Me he encontrado con que mucha gente conoce esa ciudad porque es muy turística. Entonces, pues yo nací ahí y emigré a los Estados Unidos en la edad de 14 años. Y cuando llegué a los Estados Unidos, me encontré con que me pusieron una clase de solamente inglés. Yo pensaba que cuando me iban a poner en la clase de inglés, pues me iban a poner en la clase de ESL, ¿no? Porque yo pensé que pues, es el procedimiento regular que la gente ponía en las clases. Y me encuentro con que me pusieron una clase de que solamente hablaban en inglés, porque supuestamente mi papá les dijo a los administradores de la escuela de que yo hablaba un 40%, no sé cómo él pudo salir con esa figura, pero yo el 40%, y yo nada más sabiendo como el how are you, ¿no? Nada más así. Entonces cuando yo fui al BAS, decía, bueno, como dice mi tío, un tío mío dice, el BAS, pues decían ahí en los Estados Unidos que el BAS, yo sé que es un animal, no sé qué, que el BAS. Bueno, yo me subí que al BAS y me dijeron que where are you going, pero yo no sabía qué significaba eso, no, where are you going. Yo sabía where are you going, pero no sabía where are you going. Entonces, pues, eventualmente lo entendí. Había varias palabras que no podía pronunciar, como por ejemplo matters, pronunciaba matter o algo así, pero ya, sí, ¿no? Entonces, se fue ok, alright. Eventualmente, bueno, aprendí cómo comunicarme en inglés, no sé, por milagro yo creo, pero yo me encerraba en mi cuarto estudiando el diccionario y estudiando mi tarea, una tarea que supuestamente tomaba nada más 15 minutos, me tomaba una hora y media, que estaba yo referenciando las palabras. So, I'll switch into English very quick, now. Again, I'm just talking about my experience in the United States and how I would just kind of dropped into the English language only classes, and it was very difficult for me. A homework class that was supposed to take about 15 minutes took me about an hour and a half because I had to look it up in the dictionary and all that. But other than that, I think I have a lot in common with a keynote speaker. I started in Ventura County, Simi Valley. I don't know if any of you are familiar. One of the most conservative, right-wing, white upper-class cities in America, and I don't know, it's just taught me a lot to have this sort of duality of how to approach things and how to talk about immigration issues and how they can have the strongest impact on the community, on how you frame your message. And that's why I'm particularly helpful. And by the way, I mentioned to some of you that I work for Heal the Bay, an environmental organization, and I do a lot of their outreach in Watts, and I mentioned it here too. Thank you, Channel 5, for covering our stories. A lot of the Santa Monica Pier Aquarium stories. A lot of environmental issues that are very important. But yeah, I learned a lot working in Watts in Compton. We learned a lot about communities of color, especially Latino communities, because we bring with us that sense of community, that sense of, it's not just about me, it's about every one of us. It's about your family, it's about your kids, it's about your children, it's about the future of our children. So, and I think that's something that's really needed in our country. And if you look at what, for example, our current president talks about, that falls in line to what he talks about, this new paradigm, this new thing, this new era, whatever you want to call it, which we have entered into, which is we need a different way of approaching at things. The current mythology in American politics is that it's just about yourself. It's about individualism. It's about looking out for number one. That's basically the precept in American mythology. And what we bring to the United States is, no, it's not about yourself. It's about your family. It's about all of us. It's about all of us together. It's about taking the least, like President Obama said, taking care of the least among us. That is a moral stance. That is something that we believe in and we can contribute to this country. So that's where I come from. This is not just about me. I might have maybe escaped and I still struggle. And it's not to say that the people that are out here that we've made it, that we've successfully overcome everything. No, we haven't. We are still struggling, and we are struggling with you. That's our message. And that's what I take away from this video that was shot, which is we are all in this together. That's the very same theme that I connect with and that I am trying to push in my message. What I want to take an opportunity right now is to feature the project Economic Refugee, which I am trying to push, which is the term economic refugee is based on the work of Professor George Lakoff, from the University of UC Berkeley. And he basically talks about how to communicate effectively your message of organizing people and how you should communicate and connect to everyone, the public, on an emotional level, primarily an emotional level rather than just a purely intellectual, cold, dry, factual one. Emotional level is always going to be more effective than just having, spewing a bunch of facts. So that's basically marketing 101. So the reason why I favor using the term economic refugee instead of the illegal aliens or undocumented workers is because it brings us back to the issue of dealing with the root of the problem, which is what causes these people to flee their lands and to come to this country to take refuge. How else could you describe all of the massive amount of people fleeing their countries, escaping their countries because they have no other option? They've already tried everything. They've already worked their asses off. They've already, joined activist groups, and they've done everything they could ever possibly do. And they've just run out of options. It's a matter of survival. And that's what's been getting lost in the media. All we hear about in the media, in the English mainstream media, is just, oh, it's just a legality issue. It's just they crossed the border, they crossed the law, they broke the law, and that's it. Once you break the law, there is no other, what else can we do? Just, you're a criminal, that's it. Okay, so let's back up a minute. Do you call the people that cross the street illegally an illegal walker? Do you call people that broke the speed limit an illegal driver? It all comes back to how you conceptualize things. Words are powerful, and the way that you conceptualize things also restricts the way that you conceptualize of the solutions to the problem. So that's why I am pushing for the use of the term economic refugee. And it's the reason why, basically two parts. Refugee is a person in this